son, I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Yellow, on the line, right? Hey, keep it up.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. Here we go again.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready? 8, read. Hey, orbit.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
70, Indy. 50's the money. Defense wins championships, man.
On 2nd and 15 now, Minshew. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now Minshew. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. They'll try and run for it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Check 56. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, man. 15.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Williams. Down right around the 25.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Yellow.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. This is caught. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. We're scoreless after 1. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. This call down near the goal line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
It's 3rd and goal.
Attack, attack!
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Go! Smooth! Yes, yes!
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get
nervous.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. On 1st down, Brooks. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, Alpha!
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Yep.
Army. 43's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field, D.
Go, go.
43's the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Hey, let's get that ball, D.
Let's go.
Out of the gun is Minshew. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown.
Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He's checking crap.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more... And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Mike 56.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Now a play fake here on first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Kill. Hey, 15. Watch twist. Watch twist. 48.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Check 3.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Mahomes. Now he's flushed out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 3rd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? you adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Minshew. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, watch it. Check 31. Attack.
Throwing his Mahomes on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Hey, Charlie. 42. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Blue draw quarter. Ready?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jack.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 29, Minshew. He's going to take a shot, and he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. From the gun, Minshew to throw.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mahomes now to throw. It's Hill, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
56.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Thomas, the intended target. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing him.
Buying time to his left. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Mahomes. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Chad Williams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Mahomes going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Todd Davis. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 21. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Taco Charlton able to record his 5th sack of the season. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Minshew. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Hey, exit. Come on. 43,
On 4th down, Minshew. And it is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He's going to let it fly, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Cut.
Minshew sets to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
All day, just like that. Slam. Check your hot read.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right, able to get away, wiggles free, but in the end the pressure too great and he goes down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Mike's 43. Let him know. Check 52. You're out.
Go.
Out of the gun is Minshew. They'll roll him out right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Jags, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish these well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why I treat women good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they believe me. I give them just
yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Been a fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. What I want, when I want, they just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day-to-day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bros my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Said I'm getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this round here, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go! Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Bridgewater to throw it. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On the return is Williams. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Mike, we 80. Right, bro, 80. Under 10, under 10, 10. White, 89.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
White. Check 50.
At the 22-yard line.
Red Delta.
On play action, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Bridgewater. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 19-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Rivers to throw it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
On the ground, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the gun, Bridgewater. Room past the 20. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Williams to return. No score after 1 on EA Sports. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rivers. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Hey, go orange.
Play fake. Rivers. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw is Rivers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Running with Kamara. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's complete. It's Damian Willis. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, it's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Bridgewater now from the 50. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Terry. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
He finds Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
He's got a man complete. It's a gain of 35. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
I'm letting you know right now, you better. General West, Orange 5-4.
3rd and long for Rivers. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, it's Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Rivers.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd down. Bridgewater. And this one complete to Smith. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Set 180. Set 180. Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
380. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. From the 27, Bridgewater. And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. David Onyemata picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Rivers now from the 50. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Throwing Rivers. finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. On 1st and 10, Rivers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Tackled there by Alex Anzalone. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Rivers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Kamara. Room here to run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. That's caught. It's Thomas. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Rivers here to throw. It's complete to Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Rivers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and he's just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
You ready?
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who have had 4 in the past,
and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing here, Rivers. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Falcons, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah. One up and this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. It's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat